2, 3.
All right, so hello, my name is Thurston. Right now I reside in Los Angeles, California. I'm working as an instructor and mentor of my own group at the National Holistic Institute in Studio City. For those of you who aren't familiar where that is, it's just on the other side of the Hollywood Hills from Los Angeles. I got into massage therapy actually only about 7 years ago. I started at Pacific College of Oriental Medicine in Chicago, another great school, originally based out of San Diego, and they kind of expanded. But I got a nice balance of Eastern and Western modalities there. The way I even found myself to end up at massage school is a very long story, but I was in a series of really unfulfilling minimum wage jobs, barista work, doing like a hookah tent at festivals, doing some kind of like line cooked stuff, did some home care for elderly folks, worked at a sensory deprivation tank or float tank center, variety of different odd jobs that just weren't totally fulfilling. I got myself into some nonprofits doing canvassing work because I found inspiration and passion wanting to make a difference to help out different communities, any marginalized group of people, as well as helping with the environment. And then I got introduced to Reiki while I was living abroad in London, going to school, and that just kind of blew my mind. And I went to, the way I even found that was at like a little local magic shop in a small town in England, and they happened to be offering Reiki sessions. This older wizardly man came and greeted me and was so excited that I asked him about Reiki. He goes and closes up his shop, turns the sign around to close, takes me to this back room, and there's this beautiful table and altar set up with all these like gridded, this crystal grid underneath. And I laid out, he put his hands around my head and did this whole beautiful Reiki session. And it just totally blew my mind and opened my mind to what was possible because I had never experienced energy work before. I returned to the US, did some more traveling for a brief period of time. I stayed on a friend's massage table as my bed for a little while without any idea that I would then later become a massage therapist. And it was only by chance when I was ready to pick up and leave Chicago that I reached out to a random acquaintance of mine who was into all kinds of metaphysical stuff, kind of a channel of sorts for of dealing with different sorts of beings, and she was also an admissions counselor at Pacific College of Oriental Medicine. So she's somebody who is really balancing those two worlds, and that might sound really woo-woo to some people, and it kind of is, but at the same time, it was really refreshing for me at that point in my life because I was very open, and I still am open and on that spiritual journey. And this was somebody who I saw as someone who could balance that world of being in communion with spirit as well as holding down a full-time job in an establishment. And so she's like, you know what, before you just leave Chicago, why don't you come and check out the Pacific College of Oriental Medicine? I think you'd love it. I did the next day. I enrolled the following day after that and started courses the next day after that. So I went through the program, took a little bit of a hiatus because I was interested in a lot of other areas, craniosacral, Reiki. After I finished school, I got my license in Illinois, worked at a variety of different settings, yoga studios, spas, helped a friend open a healing retreat center, had a private practice. I had about 5 different places I was working simultaneous, but I could fit it all in. I wasn't exhausted, really enjoying it, enjoying the versatility of everything, and then spent some time using that to go to the Amazon, to go work at an ayahuasca healing arts retreat center for about 3 months, and it gave me an opportunity to work with a bunch of other international folks providing massage to people who were coming out there to work with plant medicine, as well as to learn a little bit about the indigenous healing practices of the Shipibo-Kanibo people and working with plant medicine and spirit doctors. And for anyone coming from a Western state of mind, that sounds very woo-woo and strange, but you have to go and experience it for yourself to understand it. And they also incorporate their own styles of intuitive massage using raw ginger and so forth, which is really interesting. Singing songs from the plants that they learn. So anyway, long story short, ended up in San Francisco, worked there for a little while doing massage as well, and eventually after spending some time traveling in Asia, doing some Thai massage training, getting introduced to Ayurveda, the Indian healing system, came to Los Angeles, And shortly after working here again, doing more massage, ended up at the National Holistic Institute. Not ever what I had considered or intended to be, but now I work there as an instructor for a year and a half. I love it. I find it really inspiring. It's beautiful work, whether it's as a massage therapist or an instructor or both. I have immense respect for people who choose to be in any of the healing arts professions as well as in education, because of the fact that you're really able to give of yourself, connect, inspire, uplift others, the healing that can be provided both in terms of education and particularly with massage therapy, because it offers that in-between for people who might otherwise be a little bit confused or lost or not really know what their place is. Some people are going to be like, yes, I know I want to work with, in athletics with sports team, and I know that I want to learn sports and medical related massage styles. And other people will know that they want to work in oncology because a person close to them has had to battle cancer. Other folks are going to know that about other life-threatening illnesses that a family member has been through. Others just purely want to help, and some people are going to come at it from a really spiritual place, even if they can't completely define specifically what that is, whether that's more of a, whatever that is, yoga, Buddhism, more of a shamanic perspective, or somewhere in between, just like a Western person trying to make sense of the world and integrate these different spiritual perspectives. And this is something that allows people to have a sense of grounding, a sense of discipline, focus, clarity, a way to support themselves and to continue that journey, and still being true to themselves to bring that work and integrate it in with what they do to try to embody that. Embodying mindfulness, empathy, compassion. You can talk about these other sorts of topics and it's not so weird or woo-woo to everyone, but you can also still get into talking about trigger point therapy and advanced neuromuscular therapy techniques and myofascial therapy, and having a deep awareness of kinesiology. So it really ranges the entire spectrum from the very physical, tangible, and scientific to the very metaphysical, spiritual, and energetic. And so I think it's a beautiful place to be. It's the type of profession that allows for a bridge between different worlds, and it's a great option for any young person who just wants to make a difference and help bring some sort of healing to themselves and others, and ultimately to the planet. That might sound really grandiose, but I think it's a very inspirational profession to get into. And yes, you can make money at it. Yes, you can support yourself. It's just you have to advocate for yourself to make sure that you're being paid sufficiently. There are challenges unique to the field, but there is also support. And it's just, get in with the community, be a part of AMTA or some other organization, try working in a variety of environments, charge what you're worth, learn to have boundaries and discernment so that way you're not losing out on any of those things, and you're also not taking on too much. And self-care is incredibly crucial. Whatever that is for you, some form of exercise, sports, yoga, meditation, mindfulness, those sorts of practices are crucial to being able to make a long-lasting career, making a difference, and also still maintaining your sanity and a sense of calm throughout. So, thank you.
Thank you.